Ohio, Minnesota, Iowa, and Pennsylvania, where the state capitol was the site of one of those demonstrations today. Randy Kay tonight has more.
We want to walk up in our state!
From coast to coast, protesters are making their voices heard.
Hey, Governor Lee, reopen Tennessee!
Defying stay-at-home orders and taking to the streets.
Open up signs! Open up signs!
Protesters are angry their state is shut down, their schools closed, and their businesses facing bankruptcy.
We do have a problem, but certain parts of the countries are overstepping our liberty.
Give us a plan. Give some people hope. Give that small businessman hope that he can open up in a week or 2 or 3 or whatever it is, but they can't stay closed forever.
We're here to stand up for our God-given rights under the Constitution of the United States of America.
In some states, protesters carried guns. Many carried American flags and signs with a message for their governor. Some of the most popular, freedom over fear, end the shutdown, Jesus is my vaccine, and stop crying wolf. This was the scene in Denver, Colorado, when a small group of people dressed in scrubs blocked protesters in the street. In Indiana, they gathered outside the governor's mansion and, like so many other protests, completely ignored social distancing guidelines.
Open Indiana!
All risking their own health and others to make a point.
I'm not wearing a mask, I'm shaking hands, I'm hugging people. Because you know what, that's what we do. And if I get sick, then I'm going to bear the consequences of me being sick. If anybody else gets here would happen to get sick, they bear the consequences of their choice, their free choice without government coercion to do so.
This protester carrying a sign pointing out how most recover from the virus. But what about her business?
Who has the right to tell me I can't get a haircut? I can't go here, I can't go there.
USA!
While the governors of those states stand by their decision to remain closed, the protesters seem to have found a cheerleader in President Trump.
I've seen interviews of the people. These are great people. Look, they want to get, they call cabin fever. You've heard the term? They've got cabin fever. They want to get back. They want their life back.
He seemed to take pride in the patriotism of it all.
I have never seen so many American flags at a rally as I have in these rallies. These people love our country. They want to get back to work.
And then there were the counter-protesters protesting the protesters.
It makes me angry when people ignore the science that seems to be working.
The politics of protesting in the midst of a pandemic. Randy Kay, CNN, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Well, that's it for us. The news continues. I want to hand it over to Chris.